Hey, Kyle, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
I'll kind of roll right into this. I think we should probably do the Christmas stuff first. I hear you're part of Get TV's Nashville Christmas, right?
I am. I certainly am.
I know we were talking with Emmy Lou Harris the other day about this, too. It's sort of a variety show. Is it in the old tradition?
It's very traditional songs. It really is. And it's funny, how everybody picks their traditional songs, and everybody picked something different. So it was just it was fun. It was fun sitting in the audience and listening to everybody sing, and it was really nice.
Which songs are you doing on this one? Is it just one song, or are you doing a few?
Golly, let me think what I did. Favorite Things. I did the Christmas song, Chestnuts, Roasting by an Open Fire. Mm-hmm. And I did another one, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, yes, I did, Grown Up Christmas List.
And just, was those just the ones that kind of spoke to you that day? Is there any reason?
Well, they're my favorites. I love Grown Up Christmas List. I think it's one of my favorite Christmas songs that's been written over the last few years, and my favorite things is on my Merry Christmas from London CD, which is a holiday favorite around our house. And then Wally Wilson, the producer of the show, asked me to sing the Christmas song. So that's why I did those.
Yeah. There's something, I don't know. I know there's something sort of extra special about Christmas songs. They seem to resonate, especially with people. Maybe it's because we only get to hear them sort of once a year, so we don't have to get tired of them.
Yeah, right.
In that sense.
I think they take us back to a better time, too.
Have you written many of them yourself? Because I feel like it's a little bit harder to write a Christmas song than it would be just, I don't know, regular love song maybe.
I have. I've written 2 or 3 Christmas songs, and they're actually pretty easy to write. All you got to do is think sad, and I don't write many up-tempo happy songs, so... But I wrote a song years ago for my kids, and then I wrote one with Kelly Lang called Merry Christmas to Me.
I know Pam Tillis is also on the special. Now, the two of you just released a new album together. This is your second time together, right?
It is. We recorded an album called Come See Me and Come Lonely, and it is our second album. Was produced by my producer who produced Something in Red and Watch Me and Except for Monday, and so it was great getting back in the studio with him, and it's just a great album. We went back in the archives of country music and got songs we've loved since we were little girls, and songs we grew up falling in love with country music. So it's a special album. It's really, really a great album.
Yeah. Now the two of you guys, anytime there's a press release on this, it always brings out that you're part of the musical heritage, country music offspring and all that. I was sort of wondering, was that ever actually part of your friendship in the early days? Did that give you guys a level with each other?
I'm going to be honest. Pam and I were not friends years ago. We never really ran into each other until she'll probably tell you 1994, but I'm going to say 96. I don't know, somewhere between there, when we got together and did the Kraft Macaroni and Chicks tour with Carlene Carter. And that's kind of how Pam and I started getting to know each other. And that was just barely, because we all three had our own buses and crews and stuff like that, and we just kind of pass in the day, or at showtime. So we really weren't great friends. We were friends, but I wouldn't call us best buddies or anything. But then a couple years ago, I ran into Pam at the Opry, and she brought up, let's get together and try this acoustic show. And of course, I'd always been a big fan of Pam's, her singing, and loved her daddy and everything. And so we got together, and now we've been together 6 years, and we have become very best friends, and found out we have so much in common. We share the same bus. We share the same band.
I did notice on here one of the songs, and it's the title track, Come See Me and Come Lonely. It might be complete coincidence, but if I'm right, that was released 1978, which was also the year of your very first single, right?
Wow, I don't know. You know more history than I do.
I think that's what I read and everything, and I thought, well, that's kind of cool, the title track, and just from that year, which is not the year you actually started, but, the year you're first.
I wonder if that was the year it was on 4 Star Records. I'd like to know what the name of the single was.
But as I look, that's next year's the 40th anniversary of all that, which would be the 40th anniversary of your very first big single there. I didn't know if you were.
Wow, that means I'm getting old.
No, it doesn't at all. It means you're just getting better every single time.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know. Do you do any celebrating with those, with the big anniversaries? Do you plan anything?
Oh, I'm not planning on doing a big celebration. The only celebrating I do is like when we have the Opry. You know, when the Opry is my like a couple years ago, it was my 30th anniversary to be a member of the Opry, and I'm sure I'll do something on my 35th and then my 40th, but. You're the first person I know that has told me that, you know, I'm coming up on 40 years of my first single. So who knows? I might plan a huge party.
Well, let me be the first to say congratulations then.
Thank you.
Well, the other songs on here, too, I didn't know the song It's Over, but as I was listening and I had it on and as I'm typing on the computer and everything, I suddenly wondered right from the beginning if that was a Roy Orbison song. And it turns out it is. And I thought, man, y'all nailed that one.
Well, that was a tough one. We were really undecided whether we wanted to even tackle that song because that was Richard's idea. And we both looked at each other when Roy started singing and went, I don't know if we can do this song justice. And, of course, Richard is a pusher, and he pushed us to do it, and we worked really hard on that song and finally felt good enough to say, okay, go on and mix it. But, you know, Roy Orbison was Roy Orbison. It's hard to copy a Roy Orbison make, you know?
Well, it was amazing. You guys did that, and there's so many good moments on this. I thought Saunders Ferry Lane, I mean, that's a heck of a deep track right there, and I definitely wasn't familiar with it. I love it.
Thank you. That was, you know, one of my idols was Sammy Smith, and when I heard that record years and years ago, I said, oh, my God. And I know exactly who the song was written about and where it was. And so it really meant a lot to me, a lot, to be able to record it. And when Richard heard it and loved it, I was like, oh, thank you, you know, here we go.
Well, you made a fan out of me of that one and this whole record.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I love hearing you guys together, and thank you for the conversation, and look forward to seeing the Christmas special, too.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
All right, take care, Lorrie. Bye.
Bye-bye.